guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, April 29th, 2021. My name is Aubrey and this is my astrological outlook for the day. All right, so today we have some big energetics pending. We are 1 degree off of conjunction from the sun to Uranus today. And that means that we should be expecting just big shocks, surprises, changes, things happening out of the blue, generally affecting various aspects of life because we have the sun moving to conjunct Uranus tomorrow. We're 1 degree off today. So I just wanted to start by saying that expect the unexpected. That's the energy we're in. That's the energy we've been in. We had Venus conjunct Uranus. We had Mercury conjunct Uranus. And now finally we have the sun moving to conjunct Uranus. We're 1 degree off today. Tomorrow that will be exact, but we are primed and ready for shocks and surprises and things happening out of the blue. Now, the second thing I want to say to start today is I personally am like the furthest thing ever from an alarmist. I do not live my life based in fear. I really try to abstain from worrying about anything, and I really try to have faith that anything seemingly unpleasant that does happen is really just part of something to help like ignite growth and expansion and learning and stuff like that. So I'm not saying this for any type of alarm or any fear whatsoever at all. It's just part of the plan. It's something being activated today. So I want to say that on some level today, because of the degree where the sun is and the proximity to Uranus, we are responding collectively to some kind of crisis or some type of emergency today, likely in relation to the themes of Taurus, love and relationships, money, finances, comfort, or some type of generalized emergency response or prominent healthcare or health themed occurrences or an emphasis on healthcare workers today. The sun, like I said, is in close conjunction with Uranus today, only 1 degree off. So we are primed for those surprises and shocks and strange occurrences. But the degree the sun is at today is 10 Taurus. And that degree is a Red Cross nurse. Some type of response effort is underway or required today in some capacity. Again, this might relate to finances, relationships, value systems, resources, and partnerships of all kinds, as well as things having to do with like the actual Earth itself, because we have all of this energy going on in Earth sign right now, and Uranus in Taurus, an Earth sign. So no cause for, freaking out or fear or anything like that. But generally today, the energetic is indicating some type of response and some type of remedy that needs to be going on. Since this activity is happening in Taurus as well, we look to Venus, the ruler of Taurus, who is at 19 degrees of her own sign, 19 degrees of Taurus today. And that symbol is sabian symbol, is a new continent is rising out of the ocean. So whatever breakdown or situations we deal with today are really part of the birthing process of our new world, the new continent rising or emerging out of the ocean, and our new paradigm emerging out of the age of Pisces, the ocean. One thing that might possibly be responsible for triggering any type of extreme situation today, aside from the fact that we have the sun conjuncting Uranus, is that Mercury, and this is another big deal energetic, is in exact conjunction with the black moon today. This is verbalizing shadow side issues and a lot of projection and cognitive dissonance, which can lead to intense conflicts and arguments. This is also messages and information that trigger shadow side issues. And in Taurus, these are things like fears of loss, inadequacy, lack of stability, money, love, resources, and feeling threatened in terms of your own self-worth or not feeling valued or like your contribution matters. Those are the subconscious themes that can come up when the black moon is in Taurus. And we have Mercury conjuncting the black moon in Taurus today. And this could especially be prevalent in the media or in social media, things that Mercury rules, that trigger this black moon in Taurus insecurity in a lot of people. So information, news coming out, communications, things people say, things that we hear today that are just kind of triggering our sense of inadequacy or lack of self-worth, or whether or not our contributions are being valued, or just generally those deeper fears of not having enough, lack of comfort. Material possessions plays a lot into Taurus as well. So there's also the potential with this for a greater likelihood of projection and cognitive dissonance. And like I said, so at the end of the day, this generally though will produce like useless conflict, because black moon issues, even though, you know, this projecting out, this cognitive dissonance, like not being able to truly grasp reality and kind of like denying what's actually going on around you just because it doesn't fit into your mental constructs and your paradigm of how you believe things to be. And that can really be triggered when there's all of these sudden changes, really just like totally throwing up in the air all of the norms and everything that we've learned to be comfortable with. A disruption in comfort. Taurus rules comfort. So a lot of the things that we've become comfortable with are just generally being messed with by Uranus right now. But black moon issues, and this is something very important to remember and keep in mind, they can only be solved internally, okay? They can't be solved through other people changing their behavior or making different decisions or choices. Even if other people change, we'll still create these same issues that we're dealing with in other aspects of our life because they're not actually coming from those other people. Those other people are just a manifestation of what's going on inside of us. So we really can't look outside of ourselves or look for solutions for these black moon issues by changing anyone else. It only comes from within us. And also today we have, like, just to kind of exacerbate this like argument and conflict thing that we might have going on, we have Mars at 4 degrees of Cancer today. And this degree is a cat arguing with a mouse, okay? So conflicts that surface today, because of the variance in perspectives between the two sides involved, their variance is just too great, and there won't be compromises. There won't be coming to a common ground. It's like the two different parties involved in these conflicts are just too different. They see reality from two totally different perspectives, and there's really just no, you know, it's just a meaningless argument. It's not going to solve anything because there's not going to be any common ground or compromise that is arrived at. And that's really, you know, the same thing that can happen when we're triggered and we project and create conflict based on these black moon issues, these insecurity issues, because ultimately, you know, it causes us to fight and argue and to have these conflicts and stuff like that, but there's no external resolution because they're coming from an internal issue that can only be solved internally. And remember, that's like exactly what this full moon in Scorpio has been trying us to do, is to really get in touch with our core issues, get in touch with our root issues, bring them into the light, look at them, bring them to the surface, and then truly heal, regenerate, transmute, and transform them into a more pure and evolved form, which then goes out and changes the entire nature of our reality. So that being emphasized today by Mars for Cancer, a cat arguing with a mouse. Again, this use of mental energy, the Mercury with the black moon today, for self-analysis and introspection and self-learning about those core issues, like I just said, is how we use this energy to benefit us and to not create chaos around us. A mental observation of our shadow issues instead of a verbal projection of them is the key to this energetic. Remember, the sabian where the black moon is right now and where Mercury is meeting her, this is a huge blessing. I love that the black moon moved to this degree in time for her conjunction with Mercury, because that degree is 22 degrees of Taurus, a white dove over troubled water. Messages of peace, hope, love, and forgiveness are what we should strive to be and to embody and to align with today, as this is truly our way out of the turbulence that's existing on the ground and all around us and in our lives and our relationships and in the world generally at this point in time. Mercury is the mind and the black moon is the subconscious. So if we can purify the white dove, our minds and our thoughts, Mercury, and clean our subconscious, the black moon, of fear, resentment, and negative feelings generally, we can truly rise above, flying above all of the emotional turbulence, troubled waters, through simply aligning our thoughts and ideas with hope, peace, love, and forgiveness, the white dove. This is how we mentally, Mercury, and subconsciously, the black moon, break through and transcend. And we are definitely breaking through today with the sun conjuncting Uranus. Breakthroughs. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus is the great rectifier. Uranus electrifies everything. And Uranus is also the genius and the inventor and rules energy generally. So we really can break through into epiphanies, into revelations, into totally instantaneously shifted perspectives on things. We can do this, and this will be happening because of the sun conjuncting Uranus. I've been talking about shocks and surprises coming for, about a week now, as we've had these personal planets, Mercury, Venus, and now the sun moving into conjunction with Uranus. Uranus always puts things right, and Uranus always creates very strange ways of going about doing that, but that's always the best way and the way that's necessary to put things truly into their proper alignment and their proper growth. So, we can mentally and subconsciously break through and transcend with this. Mercury in the black moon, the sun with Uranus. Mental and subconscious breakthroughs that create major shifts and changes in our lives and in our external experiences. And we have Venus, remember, at 19 Taurus, a new continent rising out of the ocean. So we're breaking through and the new world is rising and emerging with this. One last note, you guys, I made an error in my report yesterday and I need to issue a correction. And this is in regards to the placement of the North Node and the South Node right now. Now, yesterday in my report, I said that they were going to be changing degrees from 11 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius to 10 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius. But as it turns out, they're not. And they're actually making an unusually extended stay at that 12 degrees of Sagittarius and Gemini. Remember, those Sabian symbols are a slave girl demanding her rights of her master, and a flag is seen turning into an eagle that crows. So, and those are very significant and very clear energetics. Remember, the North Node is destiny. The South Node is karma. So the degree of the North Node is what is happening collectively to move us into the future blueprint that universe has planned for us. And the South Node is really the lessons that we need to learn and integrate and incorporate in order to transcend and release our karma so that we can get to the ideas that the North Node is proposing to us. So apparently it looks like we need an extra dose of destiny at the breaking free from slavery degree, 12 Gemini. And it's pushing us to break free from all that constrains and enslaves us, as well as to transform and transcend and be liberated from our karma, the South Node. The flag is seen turning into an eagle that crows. This is like an even greater expansion of freedom. This is like when you think the flag represents true freedom and then you turn into an actual eagle that can fly and that can crow, that can speak. It brings the level of freedom up to an octave that we didn't even necessarily know existed. But this is what our karma is right now, is to release limiting beliefs that have kept us at one level of understanding, and so that we can evolve to another level of understanding that is even more significant in terms of the liberation and the freedom and the messaging of that degree. And become truly free and liberated to an extent that we didn't even realize was possible. And that is the theme of the Age of Aquarius, is becoming completely free to be our authentic original selves. And then in that freedom, using it to cultivate our gifts, talents, potential, and growing those so that we can truly come into the best versions of ourselves, and we can give then what we have to fill a void in the wholeness that people need and serve. And it's just a win-win scenario for everybody. And that is the way that the new world, the Age of Aquarius, will be built. There won't be walking on eggshells anymore. There won't be, being afraid to say what's really on your mind because of consequences. It will be speaking your mind, speaking your truth will be what's valuable and what's important. And anybody who is not aligned with that will not align and attract to your life. It's going to be very authentic and very genuine. And because of that, we will truly unlock all of our personal gifts and blessings, and the world will be a much different and freer place to express human potential and capability. But back to my notes. So yeah, I made that error with the North Node and the South Node yesterday because they usually take a certain amount of days to move and then they move. But actually, for whatever reason, the North Node and the South Node are staying at those degrees for, I think it is until May 6th, like another full extra week, when they should have been moving on to that next degree. And at those degrees, it's just significant. So we are still in the process of breaking the chains, but we know when they do finally move, then we will be able to incorporate our learnings into that more left side of our brain, and also embrace the new lands and the new environment that is before us. And I'll talk about that in a few days when the North Node does actually move to that degree. But just to wrap things up today, I do still think that as the moon moves through Sagittarius, we are going to be still getting those revelations, even though the nodes haven't changed degrees. And I think that this is because of, we are still transforming our karma with the degree of the South Node, and transmuting it and metamorphosizing out of our past selves and our past belief systems. And this past full moon with this past new moon, and now while the moon transits the South Node, which it will be doing while it's in Sagittarius, and we have the sun conjuncting Uranus, that's major revelations. And like I said, sudden enlightenment and release from karmic patterns through shifts in our belief systems. And also we have Mercury with the black moon today. And this is fusing the conscious with the subconscious, with the unconscious. So our mind is coming together and allowing us to truly see what is holding us back and what is sabotaging us within our own subconscious mind and our own programming. We have great opportunity to see our weaknesses today and to understand them, and to release any negative feelings towards them, and to make drastic mental and subconscious shifts and changes with all of this. With the sun, with Uranus, with the sun, this is drastic change and awakening. And after all, I definitely see this configuration, like I said, with the sun and Uranus and Venus, Mercury, and the black moon. At the end of the day, I see this as a blessing in terms of fast-paced emotional evolution and growth spurred by change. So we have a busy day with the sun 1 degree off from Uranus, with Mercury and the black moon really triggering those shadow side issues and bringing them to the mental forefront, or floods of communications that are addressing them, or information messages coming through that are really triggering that and making us feel those types of ways. But like I said yesterday, we still have the same help, the same assistance, the same lesson, and that is becoming the dove, forgiveness, love, peace, and hope, aligning mentally with those things instead of the fears. Because if we are embracing and mentally aligning with the subconscious fears and the things that are triggered through the black moon, we are going to create and attract more scenarios into our world and into our life that exemplify those exact feelings. That's how it works. If we're afraid of something, we're actually attracting that exact thing to ourselves. And I made this shift a little while back, and I know this personally, and it is a huge reality, and it makes a big difference when you stop fearing, when you align with faith, and when you switch out those fears and those negative, darker feelings for just simply forgiveness, love, hope, and peace, and make that your baseline instead. And trust that any issues that come up are going to be solved without you worrying about them or without you fearing them. Whatever you fear, you will attract more of those scenarios to your life. So that's really the lesson with all of this today. Big changes coming, big surprises coming, collectively and individually. We are really being pushed into our own authenticity, our own originality, and anything that is not aligning with that in our lives, it will go, and what will come in to replace it is the things that truly do set us free and allow us to live our best and most authentic selves and lives. So that's my report for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back tomorrow for a big day, the exact conjunction of Uranus to the sun. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today. If you liked my report, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, leave me comments. I love your comments, and I will see you back here tomorrow for Friday's report. Bye, guys.